There are those that ask, why use the bucket garden? I can just throw seeds in the ground and grow a bounty of produce. Yeah, I believe that. Hi, my name is Ted Hallett. I'm the garden master, and I'm here to tell you why the bucket garden today. There's many reasons. One of the things that makes gardening the most enjoyable is controlling all of the variables. There's not a system outside of the garden master's bucket garden that controls the maximum variables that you experience in the gardening experience. You have a smaller footprint. You have no seasonally tilling and building of the soil. You have no extensive water usage. You have higher production. You have the ability to grow 12 months out of the year. Those are just a few of the reasons why. We basically take a sterile sand medium and turn it into the most productive root medium that there is, and that's a sandy loam, which is what we have here in the one of the garden master's demonstration gardens. We're preparing here to do some planting in this particular one, and you can see behind me the more mature garden, and then the one here to my right is one that we've cut back from a summer growth to let it regrow again without replanting it. How about that? Let's see you do that in your regular standard garden. So what we're looking for is maximum return on our investment. And our investment is more than just the money we put into seeds and tools and things like that. It includes your time. So you can take 1/10 of what you're using in the ground type of gardening and produce 10 times what you produce in that same garden. Now this is not for the light of heart. It requires that you manage the system. And this is not a garden system like you see so many out there and most of the gardens in the ground where you have lush, beautiful plants but no production. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to eat tomato plants and zucchini plants and muskmelon cantaloupe plants or whatever. I'm only going to be eating chard and greens and lettuce. So it's important that we not only have the adequate growth, but we have maximum production. Our focus here is maximum production per square foot. This is not some idea that popped into existence all of a sudden. This is a system that I developed over 40 years on my commercial organic farm. And what I've done is I've shrunk it, reduced the size to where it would apply and work for the home gardener. If you want to do a little bit of gardening, you use a 4x8. If you want to expand it from there, you can expand it with expansion modules. So it's expandable and it's sustainable. Another thing we might touch on real quickly is the new word out there. It's been out for a while, but permaculture. There are those that might think that this is not a system that would define permaculture. Well, actually it is. You don't see that we're growing shade trees and foliage that produces nothing, but only saps our time, our energy, our resources. What you see is a system that gives you maximum return on what you expend in resources. And it does that over a sustainable period of time. So the Garden Master's Bucket Garden is the way to garden. If you want low input costs, high output return, that's what this system's all about. And then use it as a teaching tool for your children, your grandchildren, neighbors, and step forward into the future where sustainability and self-sustenance is going to be necessary. Until next time, this is the Garden Master at the Garden Master's Demonstration Gardens, and we'll see you in the next video. Happy gardening.